Oh, that's so exciting. I was faffing around. I'm doing this from my laptop. So it was just asking me for all sorts of stuff that I was not prepared to give. Not because it was an issue, but it was just fiddling and faffing around that was taking too long. Hey, it really is a beautiful sunny day in beautiful sunny Somerset. Where are you today? Let me know. Just going to see if I can see your comments as well. I'm going to see where the comments would come up because I'm doing this on my laptop, not my phone today, just for a change, yeah? So lovely to see you, lovely to be with you. Now, I don't know what it's like with you, wherever you are, but wow, last night we had such a stormy night and it seemed to be signaling the end of summer. Oh my Lord, it was so dark this morning. And you know what? It got me thinking. There is no good news in the news. I mean, that's just a fact. So we just have to accept that, and we have to therefore take responsibility for creating how we feel going forward. And the fact is, it's easy to think, gosh, it's the end of one season, beginning of another, it's going to be dark. Oh my Lord, it's going to be so hard to feel good, perhaps. But you know what? There's always going to be something outside of ourselves that isn't entirely perfect. Look, I'm not perfect. I got up this morning, it's dark, it's windy, it's raining, and I'm thinking, oh my Lord. So that motivates me to think, how can I overcome this? So I'm just sharing with you now 3 ways to set the tone for our life. Set the tone for your life, because if you leave it to outside events, to the weather, to how much daylight there is, and I know that can be a struggle, believe me, or to what our politicians are saying. God help us with that one, eh? Then hi there, Alan, lovely to see you. I see you're all there. I don't know if these pods are working, but hey, don't they look good? Don't know if they're quite working. So here's my point. We're living in interesting times, right? And whatever our point of view is on those interesting times, there's just no good news in the news, right? I mean, honestly, the thing that we all have to remember is that news outlets, whatever they happen to be, they sell more, they get more of our attention. They keep our attention with bad news. Whenever they generate fear in us, we pay attention. Whenever they generate fear, we buy newspapers, right? Where we get hooked into that constant stream of updates and latest news and checking in and all that stuff, because it was just one person last week, one media reporter who happened to mention something about a fuel shortage that got everybody panicking like crazy and running out there to get petrol and fuel. Whenever, people were saying there actually isn't a shortage, but there will be now because everybody is topping up, buying extra, stockpiling, which means there is going to be a shortage because the demand is going to be triple what it normally would be. My point is, be very careful about giving your power over to outside media platforms, because they only get your attention and hold your attention or they mostly get your attention, hold your attention when it's bad news. I mean, those headlines, right? They're not good news. So be careful, be very careful, just know that. And the fact is, coming into winter, into summer, that can really trigger a feeling of, dread. I have to be careful because it could easily do it for me. I woke up this morning thinking, jeepers, it's time to create something different in order to overcome a feeling that could creep up on you, a feeling of malaise, if you like, right? So here's why you really want to take control of your mood and fire yourself up and ensure that your life is really energized and to your liking and feels great. First of all, if you're in business, you absolutely have to take control of your mood. You have to take control of your mood and ensure that you are positive and encouraging and genuinely feeling that way, not just faking it, not just putting it on, but that you take responsibility to cultivate that mood that you want to have within yourself. And if you're working with people, if you're a coach, a consultant, or you're working with people in any way, if you're, attracting clients, working with clients, it's really incumbent upon you to generate, cultivate that feeling of positivity and optimism and can do, will do within you. I mean, it just is. It just is, because that's what people really want from you. Yes, of course, they want practical strategies and answers to this and solutions for that. Absolutely. But you know what? Above and beyond that, underneath that, they need a feeling of empowerment, encouragement, inspiration from you. They really do. They really do. They need to feel that feeling from you. They need to feed from that feeling that's in you, that it's possible. You can do it. Absolutely, right? So you can only pass that on to other people if you have it within you in the first place, right? Now look, I know that sometimes you have to sit with a feeling. If you're feeling down, you have to process it, you have to work through it. I know that. But by and large, every day you get up, you get to set the tone of the day. You get to set your mood. You get to fire yourself up. And what I'm saying to you is, it could be more of a challenge now. It's possible with the world that we're currently living in, right? So it's more important than ever in our current times for you to take back your power, right? You are a sovereign being. It's more important now for you to take back control of your mind, of your mood, of your motivation, and not leave it to chance, not leave it to politicians. Some of them are downright idiots. Wow, I can't believe I just said that, but that's the truth. I mean, they just are. They just are. The point is, don't be giving your power away to these people, assuming that they're smarter or better than you, or they know more, or they know better. And when it comes down to you setting the tone for your day, for your week, for the month ahead, for these months ahead, that is down to you. Because if you wait for good news, I mean, really, right? That's a rocky road. You don't want to be doing that. If you're waiting for some time, it's like, remember, people like Boris and Biden, they have power over us when we give it to them. When we're waiting in a passive way for them to tell us that things are better, woo, we can feel safe now, we can do things now, it's okay to go outside. I mean, really? I don't think so. You get to decide as a divine sovereign being. Now, that's a slightly long-winded way to introduce you to my theme today, which is really you firing up your mood, being this can-do person. And I'm telling you, it's going to make you more money because people don't want to be around people who are flat, who are down, who have nothing to offer in terms of their mood and their motivation and their spirit. Because what people really want, whatever you're selling, whatever you're doing, what people really want is that feeling of hope, feeling of encouragement, feeling of inspiration, feeling that they can make things happen, So whatever strategy you're selling to people, whatever solution you're offering, you've got to have this foundation underneath it all in the first place. That's what draws people to you. It's what people really want. It's what they really need to feel right now. So let's get practical. 3 ways in particular. Number 1, plan to play a bigger game. You don't want a safe life. You don't want more of the same. You don't want to keep things just like that, contained. No. You want to go to play a bigger game. You want to set your intention to play a bigger game. There's your growth. There's your excitement right there. Now, do I know what that is for you? Well, I could help you find it, but here's a question. And the answer is within you. Here's a question that you might want to ask yourself. By the way, is this making sense? Am I the only person who woke up this morning and thought, and felt the need to really take control of my mind and my mood, right? The weather might not be perfect. Well, perfect in my mind. Some people might think it's perfect. Rain and a little bit of darkness. So is this making sense, guys? Okay, so ask yourself this question. What would be so exciting for me if it were possible? What would be so exciting for me if it was possible, right? What would lift my spirit? What would bring more excitement into myself, into my life? You know that answer. That answer is within you. And by the way, if you don't immediately find that answer, if it's not immediately there, here's what to do. Set your intention the night before and sleep on it. You will wake up the next morning and it will be there. It will be there by the time you get downstairs. I promise you. Sometimes that's the best way to look for that deeper inspiration. I did it last night and I woke up this morning, and by the time I got downstairs to put food out for Milo, my cat, who you might be able to see, oh no, you can't see behind me. Look, if I go like that, you'll see him. I bought him this very swish little cat bed that he ignored for ages, and now he's come round to it. Look, I'm moving out of the way so you can see him. Anyways, by the time I get downstairs to put some food out for Milo, the idea is there, and I'm so fired up. So fired up. It's really exciting. I will share it with you, not today, because I'm actually going to go out and start making it happen today. But I took a little piece of action straight away. Like by 8 o'clock, I'd fired off an email to someone with the idea. But, it's just exciting for me, right? It's exciting for me, and I will share it with you, believe me. So ask yourself, what would be so exciting for me, right? If it was possible. What would leave me feeling excited and fired up? Number 1, so plan to play a bigger game. So somebody might put that number 1 in the chat there. Plan to play a bigger game. It's very, very important in these times that you don't leave your mood to chance, because that's exposing you to all sorts of, to other people's agendas. What can I say? That really does. So you get to take control. So don't leave it to chance. Don't leave it to chance. Set the agenda for yourself. Plan to play a bigger game, right? What's number 2? Number 2 is people. People. I'm going with the P's today. I always seem to be going with the P's. People. Get fired up by other people, right? Think about who you could collaborate with. Don't do this alone. Life is far too dull, far too difficult, really, to do it alone. So this idea that I had that fired me up, yeah, I could do it alone. Why would I want to do that when I could collaborate with 2 or 3 really sparky people, really dynamic people? They got to be the right type of people now. So think about who you could collaborate with. Look, there's Milo. Woohoo! I should go like that. No, I should go like that. Hello, Milo. Just coming to say hello. Right, people. So collaborate with a couple of people on that idea, these ideas of yours. And it will be so much more fun. So somebody write number 2. People. right? Like-minded, dynamic people who are helping pull this idea, this plan forward, right? Third thing is physical. Look, my excuse for always looking the same is I'm physical. I'm always just about to go out to do a run. It's usually to do a run, actually, or to my Pilates class, or to the gym. So that's my excuse. I should actually make an effort to look not always the same. And I do promise you, I don't have just one of these, right? I have a whole host of these. They do all look the same, I admit that. But hey ho, physical. Plan to be physical. It's very important to be strong in your body. It will make a difference to how you feel up here in terms of your confidence, your empowerment, and your general invincibility, because you want to feel able, capable. Maybe not invincible, but why not invincible? Because it is down to you at the end of the day, my darlings. It is down to you. And I don't say that to sort of like slap you in any way. That sounds quite censorious, but the truth is it really is. And that's good news. You have so much power. All the power, actually. All the power, actually. To generate that mood of can do. And the opportunity in these interesting times that we live in is to really, really see that it's down to you and that it must be down to you. Because truly, God help us, if we were to leave our mood to outside forces, if we were to leave feeling good to the day, the time, the hour, when our leaders tell us that it's safe and that the world is a good place again. Honestly, really? Bollocks to that. Absolutely bollocks to that. It's down to us. It's up to us. It's in us. We have the power. Plan to play a bigger game. People get fired up by the right people, with the right people, collaborate with the right people. Don't do it alone. Do not get isolated. Remember, putting people into isolation is the ultimate punishment in prison. So great damage may have been done to people's morale, has been done to people's morale in this time of madness, when people en masse have been locked down. I mean, really, please, like that worked so well. So my point is, isolation is a punishment for the human spirit. We don't do well being isolated. Choose your people. Choose a couple of people to plan this bigger game with. You might have to do the work, but you don't have to do it alone. And the third thing is physical. Get strong in your body. It will make a huge difference to having a clear mind. And health, your health, hello. You get to be responsible for your health and take responsibility for your health, right? It's not in anybody else's hands. It's in your hands. And you will feel so good. So get those steps in every day, 7,000 steps minimum, right? And do weights. Get strong, get your muscles strong, right? Do yoga to have your mind be clear. So those are all the things that work for me. Now, my darlings. Hi, Caroline, lovely to see you there. Hi, Deborah, lovely to see you there. Deborah, I'm going to reach out to you shortly after this because I wanted to ask you something. Deborah's one of my clients, so I can talk to her like that. So I'm going to reach out to you because I have to ask you something. Yeah, Alan, absolutely. Do I avoid all news or limit yourself to, say, one news bulletin a day? That's a great question, Alan. I don't ignore it all, and I'll tell you why. Because I want to know what the temperature is outside. Because it's very important for me to connect with you, to connect with people. And if I'm going to be relevant to people, then I need to know what's out there, what's in the atmosphere, right? And sometimes I will directly comment on it, pardon me, or from it. You know, I really try not to cause division. I really, really try not to cause more division than there is already. So therefore, I don't overtly, very often, comment on specific political policies, though sometimes I can't stop myself. Because what I really want to do, more importantly, is empower people to know they have the power to create so much more than perhaps they think they can. And it's very, very dangerous to give our power over to these silly people. Silly people, they're not perfect. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong. But giving our power over to them, and it's easy to do if you watch too much news. So that's a long-winded answer, Alan. The short answer is about once a day. About once a day. I tend to look, in all honesty, at something like the Daily Mail. And here's why. A lot of people read it. 6.6 million people, in fact. That's a lot of people. So it doesn't mean that I agree with the Daily Mail. I definitely don't. I absolutely don't, though occasionally sometimes they'll say something that I do agree with. It's just that a lot of people are reading it. So I like to know what the temperature is out there and what people are exposed to, what they're taking on board, right? What's in the conversation. You got to know what's in the conversation to be able to join in. To be able to join in. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Any other questions there, my darlings? Yeah. So plan to play a bigger game. Other people, dynamic, driven people. And the third thing is physical. You've got to get physical, people. You've got to get out there in the sunshine, like I'm going to go in a minute. You've got to soak up as much daylight as you can. Look, it's a bloody effort to stay positive in these times. It is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not. And it's just good for us to know that. It's a flipping effort. But it works when you do these things. You know, it really does. And I'm being honest with you because, you know, I am a pretty positive person, but I'm also aware that in these times, it takes more of an effort. It really, really does. I mean, for example, I can't visit my son in Berlin because I have no interest whatsoever in having this experimental medical procedure. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm just saying, my life isn't perfect. The circumstances of my life are not perfect. So it's a challenge sometimes for me to be fired up. I can't visit family in the south of Ireland for the same reason. But I can't hop on a plane and see my son. You know, my son was saying yesterday, so when am I going to get to see you? And the truth is, I don't know. I don't know. Now he can come and visit me and get back into Berlin because he's got residency for Berlin. He lives there. But it's tough because going back, he would have to officially quarantine for 10 days. So he works. So that would make it very difficult, you know, for him to work. So it's not easy. It's just not easy. It's not easy. Not easy. So Alan is 7,000 steps. Do you know, it sounds an awful lot of steps. Honestly, it adds up. Because when I set myself that goal, I mean, truthfully, they say 10,000 steps is better. But here's what to do, Alan. Get an old-fashioned pedometer for like next to nothing and attach it to your waist. And you will see those steps adding up. So I have it on my phone. I have a pedometer. I went out for a run yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I didn't do a huge long run, but by the end of it, you know, by 10 o'clock in the morning, I had over 4,000 steps, 4,500 steps. Great start to the day. But you have to do it, guys. You have to do it in order to be in shape. In shape's not just a vanity thing. It's a health thing. So you get to take responsibility for your health and you get to do basic things that keep you strong, that support your health, right? So in these times, you get to be on side and do all that it takes to stay strong in mind and body. So I'm telling you now, if you want to make more money, if you want to have more clients, if you want to have more energy, it starts with you generating this feeling and being committed to generating this feeling every single day. Because if your mood slips and you're low and you're feeling flat, that's not great for you to feel that way, and it makes it very difficult for you to be successful in business, frankly, to attract clients. Now, I have a question for you. I can do two things. I can do this type of, general life coaching stuff, which I love, but I also do a lot of business coaching as well. And the truth is, most of the work I do is business coaching. It's helping people, to make their business work, find more clients, stand out in their field, all of that good stuff. So here's what I'm curious about. If you had a preference, would you prefer to hear more about life coaching stuff? Let's call it motivation. Or would you like to hear more about actually making your business work? So let's go for life or business, because then I can just tailor it. I mean, truthfully, your mind, your mood, your mindset hugely influences your success in business. So, it's not as if I'm ever going to give up on all of that. I'm not. But I'm just curious as to whether you'd like me to do a little bit more focused, targeted, how to make more money, how to sell, how, without feeling salesy, how to attract more clients. So yeah, give me life and then I'll know if that's what it is, or give me a business comment. All right, my darlings, thank you so much for being here. Have the best day, and I will be checking here on the thread. Any questions, any comments? Absolutely, yeah. More about life coaching. Are you in business, Alan? So are you a coach? Do you have clients? Jane, having issues in the car? Is the recording? Oh yeah, it'll be here, Jane. So just come back. It's here. Anytime I do something like this, it's here. So you can always come back. Life and motivation can be applied everywhere. It definitely can. So are you in business, Alan? Are you a coach? Yeah, I'm just very keen to be relevant. So truthfully, I probably will start doing a little bit more focused, more targeted stuff on clients and making your business work and all of that great stuff. But I absolutely am going to do a 5-day special on ending imposter syndrome forever, because that truly affects how you show up in life and how your business is and just everything. So I'm going to do a 5-day special on that in a couple of weeks, but I'll let you know. I'll give you plenty of notice. All right, my darlings, great to be with you. Sending you lots of love. Get out there, get some sun, get fired up. It's all there for you. Sending you lots of love. Take care for now. Bye. Bye.